Cambodia is home to some of the most awe-inspiring temples known to mankind. So not surprisingly, over 4.5 million people choose to holiday here each year. From its bustling local markets to music and theatre, Cambodia is known for its rich culture and celebration. However, there's also a dark history here. In the 1970s, Cambodia was torn apart by a brutal genocidal war led by the infamous Pol Pot. By 1979, over a quarter of the population were dead, and Cambodia was a country collectively traumatised. When the regime was ousted, there was a power void, and it was from that void that a new industry emerged: sex slavery. Shaped by the brutality of the Khmer Rouge regime, fed by poverty, and built on vulnerable children, Cambodia's sex trafficking industry still thrives across the country today. I've come to Cambodia to document the work Australian-based organisation Connecting Hands is doing to combat this industry. Cambodia's capital Phnom Penh is a city of extremes. Hotels, high-rises, restaurants and shopping malls are springing up across the capital, a testament to the city's recent economic boom. Despite this impressive growth, there is still a vast gap between rich and poor, and many people struggle to access life's basic necessities like food, housing, medical care and education. Through a training cafe in a side street of Phnom Penh, Connecting Hands works with vulnerable women and girls to offer them a way out of the cycle of poverty and abuse. Founded by Australian sisters Kate Hutchinson and Deb Dawn, Connecting Hands is a rare example of holistic, well-researched and heartfelt response to human need.
Basically, we started Connecting Hands after a trip to Cambodia. We're really fortunate to go and visit some of the projects from really poor, destitute women. A lot of them had HIV, AIDS, a lot of them were affected by human trafficking, slavery type environments. And we were both really touched by their stories and really wanted to help them in some practical sense. We did a lot of research on what other NGOs were doing and just went home sort of shell-shocked and thought, well, what can we do? We're just mere human beings. You know, we're not a huge corporate organisation, so what can we actually do? And it came to us that we can actually do something small. So we did a bit of work with the women to find out, you know, what would empower them to move them forward and propel them forward in their life. And giving them training was the answer.
In 2014, the Connecting Hands Training Cafe was opened. Deb and Kate were determined to ensure they provided the most useful support to the women and girls they were to work with. So before opening the cafe, they spent a lot of time educating themselves about the forces at play in Cambodia's sex trade. Part of their research unearthed the legacy the Pol Pot regime still has on the sex industry in Cambodia today.
The Pol Pot regime in the Khmer Rouge was very violent, and even today people don't like to talk about it.
There's still a lot of torture involved. I think the torture has grown and the way they do things to control the women has grown in a big cycle, hasn't it?
Yeah, some of the things that they do to control the women, obviously other than taking away their passport, any documentation that they have, any sense of value, that's just stripped away from the women. They're threatened that they will kill their sisters, their mothers, if they try and escape. They're fed hot chili until they'll service their first client, because most of the girls are taken against their will, therefore don't want to participate. A lot of them are 12 and 13-year-old girls that obviously do not want to be in this industry.
The bars and that the men all sit in, porn is just played constant, so it stimulates them. They go and get a girl off the street and they gang rape her.
We thought about putting ourselves in that position, and it was all about, okay, well, what would we need? What would any woman and child need to live a holistic life?
Connecting Hands cafe manager and outreach worker Chantha has invited me to go with her to the old railway line where many of the sex workers live. Their reasons for ending up here are largely tied to poverty and exploitation.
Some come here because of their poverty, some they come because They have been dead, and some because of trafficking. Some were cheated by her friend or her boyfriend, and some they have low education and could not earn the money in the province. So they decide to come into the city to get a good job. But up to them have a low education, so they could not find a good job.
Chantha has had many years' experience working with these women and girls, so she knows and understands their stories and needs.
Yes, we work on the street. Yeah, they will borrow money from the girl here. And then after delivery a baby, they will find the money to pay for them back to them. For the pregnancy girl, after they delivery a baby, they just have a rest. Just 1 day or 2 days after, they will get up and go to stand on the street and to make money.
A lot of the girls on the street have debt on their head, don't they? That's why they're on the street.
Paying off a debt, and that debt will last a lifetime unless somebody steps in and helps them. And again, that's a really tricky situation.
Devalued by society, sex workers are also dangerously vulnerable to violent abuse.
People are raped by 18 to 20 customers and without pay money to her at their house.
Người ta cho tôi cái này nhá, rồi một người một người tôi còn nó nhận tiền, bác pin này, bác gọi tôi nhận tiền,
thì cut her hand to make to see the blood, or they can suck it, they can suck the blood, make them happy, make them feel good. They are serious in using heroin, but she hasn't enough money to buy a heroin, so she cut her hand from one place to one place. Yeah. After she cut her hand, she will see a blood. When she see the blood, her mind to be good to replace the heroin, the film or inject heroin.
A lot of women become addicted to heroin after being forced into drug use by their pimps to make them more compliant in servicing customers. Once addicted, they depend on the heroin to dull the pain of the abusive sex and rape they experience. It's a brutal world and one very difficult to escape.
For one stage, for the girl who live on the railway, they will get from the customer $4 to $5 only. Yeah, and most of the girls they not have a sex in karaoke or beer garden. They go to the guest house. The cost of the guest house amount $1.2 for just a moment, not a whole day. In this cost, she will pay herself to the guest house.
This is where they take the girls.
At the guest house, the owner have put the condom in each room. Yeah, but if the customer refuse not to use condom, she follow to the customer because she want money.
On top of the cost of the guest house, the women's pimps also take a cut of the money they earn. And if they don't have any customers, then they make no money, all the time with their debts steadily mounting.
The room that they rent per each month is $20 to $25. Room, money room. In the day, they must to spend $2.50 for the room that they rent. When she could not get a customer in the day, she will have a debt to the owner of the rent room. So in her life always have a debt, so they could not live away from a sex worker.
Most of the girls down the railway line will end up as prostitutes, the little ones, or sold, unless they get schooling and education. That's their future.
Very soon. She study on 4 grade.
Will she soon start working? As a sex worker as well?
Not that.
Yeah.
In the future.
Young girls often begin as sex workers in one of the many karaoke bars that can be found in Phnom Penh.
The karaoke girl, they are very young. Their first start, they are 13 or 14, yeah. In the process or in the karaoke or in the massage. For the young girl who are just a new arrival or new girl and very, very young, they not allow her to sit at outside. For the young, they keep in room. When have the special customer, they can get the new girl.
A lot of what's happening, especially with young children, is pushed so far underground. Western men travel here to take a virgin.
You can get away with it. You can come to Cambodia, go to a hotel, and the girl is brought to you. You can buy her for a month or a week or however long you want, and nobody's going to say anything.
The locals sort of tend to go towards the cheaper end of scale, so your karaoke bar, your parks, your really poorer industry, whereas Westerners come here in mind for younger kids.
There are many reasons why children are sold into the sex industry, and when they are, they may end up in a brothel, a karaoke bar, on the streets, or trafficked to foreign countries such as China.
A lot of mothers will sell their children thinking they're going to be a domestic servant, but they'll also be provided an education. But that's not the case.
Well, that's how they get sold as China brides. They all say that you can give your daughter a better life if you sell them.
Often the case, they turn up and they're forced into a small room, they're handcuffed, they're fed intravenous drugs to desensitise them from where they are or what they're doing, and they never find their way back home to their family. So we like to prevent it happening and getting to the children while they're young. Mothers that are in the situation, giving them an opportunity for work and employment, to give them value and self-worth, and then that falls down the family line. The children, we get to send them to school, so it breaks that cycle before it even happens, which is something that's really important to us.
All the girls that are connecting hand, they are from the sex worker, from the poverty, from the violence. So most of them are vulnerable girls. So when they have a chance to come here, they get a training like a chef, cook or barista.
Very good. Very good.
On successful completion of their training, the women are awarded a certificate in commercial cookery or hospitality and customer service.
We've put through our first round of trainees and they've all passed, and it's a lot easier for them to obtain jobs and employment if they have Western training.
Training here, they will get a brighter future because she train here in the future. If she want to be a staff at Connecting Hand will promote her to be a trainer for the new girl.
And Connecting Hands goes way beyond just training and employing the women.
Connecting Hand provide her a good condition that let them to learn English, and medical care, and provide safe accommodation to them. We also support her to get a salary, so she can save money to send to her family or for her good future to make a business, what the business that they want.
It's not about handing out money, it's about giving them a hand up in life and propelling them forward. It's about making them feel good, and I think that's what we've seen within the training environment that we provide, is some of the girls, they'll come to us and they'll sort of be so nervous and so shy, so broken, but after a really short while they start to have pride and a sense of purpose in their life. And I think once you have a sense of purpose in your life, you can then move forward and start to achieve what you want.
I work in here as customer service. Ba lư sọc, mạ lư chinh ai hay. Về ខ្ញុំមកធ្វើការនៅនេះគេនៅនឹងអញ្ចឹងទៅអត់បានផ្ញើទៅសារចំណាយតែខ្លួនយើងផ្ទាល់អញ្ចឹងចាឲ្យប្រវយចេញជាសញ្ញាបត្រឲ្យយើងការគេទទួលស្គាល់គេគ្រាន់តែមើលប៉ុណ្ណឹងអាចដឹងថាយើងចេះអីអញ្ចឹងមួយពិតប្រាកដអរគុណ Connecting Hand ដែលបានថាផ្ដល់ការងារសម្រាប់ជនក្រីក្រមិនសម្រាប់តែខ្ញុំសម្រាប់អ្នកផ្សេងទៀតអញ្ចឹងដែលមានមុខរបរបើថាហើយណាអ្នកខ្លះអត់ចេះអក្សរក៏អាចធ្វើបានអីចឹងអាចមានមុខរបរមួយផ្ទាល់ខ្លួនមិនបាច់ថាទៅធ្វើការនៅកន្លែងណាដូចទៅស្រុកគេទៅអីចឹងណាអរគុណខ្លាំង
The trafficking of young impoverished women from Cambodia to other countries has grown dramatically in the last few years.
ពីមុនដោយសារឃើញគ្រួសារក្រីក្រពេកដាក់ឈ្មោះទៅស្រុកគេចឹងបងទៅចិននិយាយពាក្យកណ្ដាលសិនទៅហើយទៅប៉ូលីសអ្នកមេខ្យល់ហ្នឹងគេឲ្យយើងសោកលុយប៉ូលីសហ្នឹងឲ្យយើងបានចាញ់ណាតែគេអត់ឲ្យចាញ់ទៅទេតែថាតកតងតាមអភិសិទ្ធនៅមួយអភិសិទ្ធចឹងទៅConnecting Hand គេផ្សព្វផ្សាយរកបុគ្គលិកអញ្ចឹងសំខាន់គឺខ្ញុំមានជំនាញច្បាស់លាស់ខ្លួនខ្ញុំហើយនៅទីនេះមានភាសាអង់គ្លេសមានជំនាញមានសញ្ញាបត្រដែលខ្ញុំចង់ឈប់ពី Connecting Hand ហ្នឹងទៅក្រៅគេអាចយកបានអញ្ចឹងណាខ្ញុំចូលមាន restaurant ខ្លួនឯងគិតយូរហើយតែមានឱកាសមក Connecting Hand
I suppose that's really surprised me that they've been to hell and back, had nothing, yet you've given them a small glimmer of hope and they've embraced it with arms wide open. They've given it everything, and to go and serve a customer with a smile on the face and actually come back and quietly go, yes, I've done it, is amazing. And they look empowered, they don't look scared anymore. They have a sense of pride, a self-worth, and that is what you want. You want to see them become the young women that they were destined to be. You know, it's not about the cafe as such as the building, it's about the hearts in there.
Connecting Hands also supports the children of their trainees.
Some of our girls that train with us have children. So what we want for them is to be able to put their children through education and schooling so that they don't end up with the same fate as their parents. I mean, in this country, in anywhere, education is the key.
ចង់ឲ្យកូនខ្ញុំរៀនខ្ពស់ហើយមានចំណេះដឹងខ្លួនឯងការងារល្អគេថាការងារហ្នឹងល្អអញ្ចឹងការងារចាប់អាជីពខ្លួនឯងរៀនអនាគតទៅអាចដូចយើងមានលុយអាចបង្កើតអីអញ្ចឹងជាទីភាពខ្ញុំប្រឹងឲ្យកូនខ្ញុំរៀនខ្លួនខ្ញុំប្រឹងធ្វើការហ្នឹងយកលុយដើម្បីឲ្យកូនរៀនអនាគតទៅ
One of the girls, she's got a little girl, she came to the cafe for the first time and I think it took her about 4 months before she felt that she was accepted for who she was and loved, and after that 4 months it's like something just clicked, wasn't it?
Yeah, she totally changed, and I think one of the things that changed her was the fact that we were able to reunite her with her daughter.
4-10 ខែ 4-10 ចឹងត្រូវឯង 4-10 ពេលអាយុ 5 ឆ្នាំហើយជួនពេលខ្លះខ្ញុំសួរគាត់ថាសិពេលធំទៅធ្វើការអីធ្វើការដូចម៉ាក់ចង់ធ្វើម្ហូបដូចម៉ាក់យើងហ៎ អនាគតទៅខ្ញុំចង់ឲ្យកូនខ្ញុំរៀនខ្ពស់ជាងខ្ញុំមកចេះដឹងជាងខ្ញុំអញ្ចឹងណាបាយចិត្ត Connecting Hand បានផ្ដល់គ្រប់បែបយ៉ាងឲ្យខ្ញុំអញ្ចឹងពេលខ្ញុំនៅ Connecting Hand ពេលថាខ្ញុំបាត់ភាពភ័យខ្លាចអញ្ចឹងណាហើយ Connecting Hand បាន support គ្រប់បែបយ៉ាងឲ្យខ្ញុំនឹងកូន
Some days we just think, why? How did this even happen? You know,
It's bigger than us.
It's way bigger than us. And when you look back and you think of all the challenges, all the obstacles, all the hurdles that we've had to face, the finances we've need to come up with, you look back and go, well, we don't know how this happened. You know, obviously it was meant to be.
Each time Deb and Kate return to the cafe, they close the doors for one night and hold a dinner. It's a celebration of this newly formed, close-knit family.
We feel that it's a home for the girls and they can take pride in it, and it's just a place where we can all be ourselves, and it's just warm, isn't it?
They can feel safe, secure. They know that they're not judged. They know that it's a place where they can always be accepted. It's just a family environment. It's just a place that they can call home. It's where security is, and it's where they've learnt what love and unconditional love is.
So how does that make you two feel?
Oh, it's like Christmas morning, isn't it?
In what way?
It makes you feel like all the hard work and all the stuff that you go through personally is worth something. You can see in their eyes that they've found freedom, they've found their self-worth, they've found their place in life, and that they've got a future now.